Welcome back to Improvision Entertainment. My name is Hunter Munn.
And I'm Warboss Skarsog.
And this is Euro Truck Simulator 2. And that is my intro for YouTube. How you doing, YouTube? I got Anti-Inquiry here in the chat. I've got Carl with the subs. And looks like we are going to be trying to... So, what we learned after last recording is that, indeed, the game does not count your total mileage... Your total meterage. I guess? Is meterage the word? I don't know. Your total meterage...
Kilometers. I guess meterage in this one is accurate.
I just want to keep saying mileage. I'm like, mileage sounds better, but perhaps it's meterage. In any event, if the game doesn't count your total trip distance, it counts your trip distance by land, like I thought it did. So we are actually behind right now. We are averaging 1.76 experience points per kilometer. We want that to be over 2. So I may be too early in my experience points gain as far as bonuses goes to be able to hit that accurately, but we're about to try it with a fully land trip that is listed as 467 kilometers. It's about the shortest we can do to get all these multipliers, which is fragile. Urgent delivery, that's 3 red arrows and a high-value cargo. If I could get in some heavy or some hazardous, I would do it. But otherwise... And also, we're over here in Turkey, so that should mean we are on the correct side of the road. I'm glad you're here, Anti-Inquiry. I hope you're having a good time. I hope that we can hook up and do more stuff later. Let me turn all my lights on. I cannot see where I am. Okay.
Wow, that is kind of dark.
Yeah, it is just after midnight in Turkey. I believe there must be a fence over here somewhere. Where? What? Where? Okay, hold... Oh! There's a little cement road! Yay! This seems safe. Yes, night is like that. Well, worse than just night being like that, Anti-Inquiry, it's also got to do with, because this is an urgent delivery... The timetable for the delivery is going to be very short, and I'm not going to be able to just rest to make it daylight like I do on some other deliveries. We're getting to that point like I did in ATS where, like, time is of the essence to get the bonus and what have you. And mainly, in real life, in case you didn't know, I have a light sensitivity, which equates to amazing night vision. But that amazing night vision does not help me in this game, in which everything falls into solid black at night and I can't see anything. This is what real people see at night, not what I see at night. You ever been out in a clear field and looked around at the surroundings while a full moon is up and you can kind of see like a light blue glow over everything? That's what I normally see. That is what I normally see at night.
I am not so lucky. I'm just shy of night blind. I am, in fact, colorblind. And, can't see shit.
I have, you are not the only one of my friends who is night blind nor colorblind. So, yeah, I have some understanding of, like, what the reverse of this is.
I'm very nearly it, though. If I'm not wearing my glasses and if I'm not using all of the things at my disposal, even if I have got good ambient light everywhere else, I can't see where the hell I'm going.
Anti-Inquiry said, I see greens mostly very, very black. Well, it's, you know, that's one of those things that not a lot of people gather up, which is... Wait, where am I supposed to... This is an interesting way station. Wait, it has, like, its own exit out the other side? What the hell? I can't go that side of the highway, and I can't go straight ahead. But there's some off-ramp that goes underneath here?
I'll find a new route.
That's so weird. Alright. High value... This is an urgent yacht delivery, Carl. I'm not going to guess who it's for. Alright, this is an urgent yacht delivery that I must...
Urgent yacht delivery.
Urgent yacht delivery. It's very important to get this yacht to its destination.
Rich people are weird in what they consider urgent.
Anti-Inquiry, I am also surprised I had the clearance for that. You're not wrong. I think all the sails and stuff are like detached and down. I don't think I have any sails up. Otherwise, this would be a whole different story. I don't see them on the sides, but Alright, so, but yeah, so But it also means that during the day, when it's just a normal day, things can be blindingly bright for me. In fact, right now, I get just a tiny bit of pain from this light that's behind my monitor, lighting up
Right.
the room so that you guys can see me on camera. I don't remember if... Carl, are you still looking for a color night vision camera for me? I don't remember if you did your best and that was that.
I've been hunting and hunting, but recently I've kind of given up. It's hard to find that.
It is. It's really hard because I think like a lot of things actually apply for that, but like they don't say it. They're not selling night vision color cameras for use in streaming. But
Right.
they can do that, but you don't know because they won't say. I'm just going to drive over here.
Well,
Starting-
a lot of the night vision technology was pretty heavily put into like the high quality camcorder things. I think you can do it with an iPhone. But
Wait,
I wouldn't wanna-
what was beep beep?
Oh, that was my insulin pump. Ignore it.
Oh, I thought that was like some kind of clearance warning on this yacht I was finally getting.
No, that was me.
I completely forgot about that noise. Like,
Yeah, to the audience out there, I will occasionally make robot sounds because I have actual cybernetics. I'm an insulin-dependent diabetic, and I use an insulin pump. So by definition of replacing an organ with a machine, I are a cyborg.
Anti-Inquiry says I would get some specific glasses to wear when playing games. I don't... Is there a thing for that?
Yeah, there's gaming glasses you can get that they're slightly tinted, and I think they're polarized. I don't know on that part, but I do know that they're slightly tinted, like kind of yellowish. I think you can get
That
red
sounds like
ones.
something that would be covered by health insurance, and sadly, I live in America.
Yes, it is. I've actually been thinking about getting a set myself, but I also, I've been thinking about getting LASIK, because it'll correct some of my night blindness. 'Cause
Oh.
my night blindness is stemmed from astigmatism.
Anti-Inquiry says they are also American. They are just a veteran. Well, I hear good things about the veteran medical care, if definitely not the line. But I don't know if I could wear contacts though. I've thought about it many times, but I have real concerns about like my eyes start to water, like they're doing right now, just by thinking about it, like putting stuff in my eyes. And kind of, I've been trying to figure out the path of least resistance. Anti-Inquiry is kind of the thing. Like, I figure if I can get a camera that can do color night vision, that can look at me and basically transmit to you an image that you can clearly see me and my surrounding area and everything is perfectly fine, and I don't need a light on, that's the best result. Like, if you can pick me out of a space and I don't need a light on for that, that would be the best. Because otherwise, I don't think any surgery can fix my light sensitivity because it has to do with, like, all the cones in my eyeball. It's like building a muscle? What do you mean it's like building a muscle? No, it's, my light sensitivity is, tied to being on the spectrum. So light causes me physical pain. I have a lot of problems like that, honestly.
My cousin Heather is like that. She's also nearly an albino, but
I have so many medical issues that it would be really nice to have a medical professional look at me at some point, but, you know, again, America, so...
yeah.
I'm getting by pretty well, though, having this entire setup for being as absolutely poor as I otherwise am. And to what you were saying a few minutes ago, Anti-Inquiry, I forgot what name you said I could call you. I'm sorry, it has been a few nights since we interacted. But I do tend to prefer driving, at least in ETS at night, in cab a lot. But I wouldn't do it for, like... I was Carl missed a lot of the special transports where shit's, like, behind you 2 lanes, and yet people still want to pass you. I was doing a lot of that. Also, my most awesomeness full of like, if anybody had been watching, they would have clipped the shit out of it. But it took me like 25 minutes or something like that to uncrash a giant tractor that just decided it was going to go left over a guardrail. Hold on. Speed limit. Please pull in for weighted. Oh, okay. I think I'm going through another toll. Yes, I need the minimap to go away so that I can see the speed limit. Thank you. Please use the rightmost gate. Working on it. Stop at the truck stop ahead and activate the icon to submit to an inspection. Understood. Sir, yes, sir. Alright, this should be auto toll situation. 80 pounds paid by the employer. I actually have a line at the weigh station. This is not normal. Iberatomica? That isn't... Wait, hold on. Isn't Iberian the next expansion pack? I mean, we just gotta... It's imminent, right? What's today? The 1st. Oh, that's right. It's time for all the lies on the internet. I
mean, that's like all the time anyway, but...
Do we think this is gonna fit?
It's really bad today.
Is this gonna fit? Do I fit? I'm very concerned about fitting. What the I think I was shorter than the thing, but I was also concerned about my left and right clearance, to be perfectly honest. We must not dilly-dally. This is an urgent yacht. We must get this yacht to its...
Yeah.
We can't just dilly-dally, silly-dally over here. We gotta get this yacht into where it's going.
Rich guy definitely... Sounds like he owns Four Seasons.
If that is reference to something in current events, I don't know. Oh no, what is this? Arrow? Downward arrow? What is downward arrow?
Their IT staff is pretty cool.
Oh no, is this definitely... Oh no. Oh no. Oh, game. Where is this going? You're telling me to go through here? That town doesn't lead anywhere. Alright, Carl. Executive decision time. I think I have to blow through this police blockade. What do you think? This is an urgent yacht, and they want me to take this... If you're looking at the screen, they want me to take this on-ramp. And I don't know if the other... Well, actually, I could go down and go around. Or I could just go straight through. I don't know if there's a fine. I guess I can go straight through. I have questions about the... Alright, hold on. I'm gonna... Okay, first of all, knock this off. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go back out into the game world. And, Andy Inquiry says the NVG look only really works if you're doing something like FNAF. No, not night vision goggles, not for me. A camera, like instead of this camera that's looking at me right now, that would be... This one's apparently 30 FPS and 720, so I wanted at least 1080 and 60 FPS to go with my 60 FPS gameplay. But a camera that would look at me and be able to give you a color picture, even though the room would be dark. A night vision color camera. So it'd be on the camera, not on my head. So it wouldn't be goggles or anything. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the game world. I'm gonna press this button. 15 hours remain. Alright, you know what? We're gonna be responsible and take the long way. We don't have to like beat a certain bracket to get the time stuff on the mission itself. We just have to get it in by the destination time. And the current destination time is listed as roughly 15 hours. And it says we have 6 hours estimated even taking this path on the trip. It's just an event that's going to add some mileage to our dialogue and conversation. So here we are. As we were, I don't know what we were referring to, taking the yacht urgently to the guy at the Four Seasons, but it's what's happening right now.
So yeah, they're the super ritzy 5-star hotel chain. So because of their so massive corporate nature, their staff is pretty cool to work with. It's all the other hotels that I really was really irritated with that were all throughout. Well, America, actually. Like, the worst hotel managers are here.
I imagine that probably has something to do with a majority of people having to pay as little as possible so that the hotels have to spend as little as possible and pay their employees as little as possible.
So,
and like if everybody
yes, pay
made
their
more money,
employees as little as possible, but the company that I was working with, which I will avoid saying their name because, in fairness, they deserve that. Because I did work for them for 5 years, but we served 4 and 5 star hotels. Like, we very much were living exactly as a luxury item that they were trying to have as like a must-have.
oh, I mean
It's a
tunnel.
luxury item. So, but the product was a creative product, but I don't like part of the reason I left that company is because of the fact that they had this idea that some rich man getting a vent on his pillow was more important than me sleeping. And yeah, I make 6 figures, or made 6 figures there.
Wow.
I make 6 figures now still. Yeah, I gotta sleep. Gotta sleep, and I gotta have normal working weeks. And there's sociological studies that show that workers are more productive if they're worked less. That doesn't mean I'm only work them like an hour a week. It's nothing like that. Like, but work weeks of 32 hours are like optimal. So that's basically an entire extra day off per week is what I would be getting otherwise. But when I was working at Intelity was like, shit, I said the name. Oh well.
Well, it's out there now.
Oh well. I was working like 60-hour weeks.
You're not really saying anything negative, but I mean, you know.
Now, the product was good. The product was good.
I had a manager who was working at GameStop
he
was getting paid salary, but he was working like 70 plus hours a week, and that's why he quit, because he was just like, even on salary, it doesn't matter if you're having me work this many hours, because it's still not equating out to being a good income at that point, because I don't have free time, I can't hang out with my family, my kids. Like,
yeah, my 6-figure salary isn't worth a shit if I can't spend my money.
There was a point in which he had no assistant manager, so he literally had to be the person open and closing the store. So he had to open the store in the day, work for 2 to 4 hours, go home, go to sleep, come back, wake up, come back, and have a shift to close the store. Like, every single day in a week.
Yeah.
And that was my first manager.
I am a flying boom chicken. This is great.
It's so weird talking to somebody who and you know, weirdness being what it is, Carl, but like making as much money as you do, because I've made five figures 1 year in my life.
I get you. So the reason I am making the money that I am is a little bit of my education, although I was doing the stuff from when I was in college. I was doing it when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was raised by a computer engineer who taught me pretty much everything he knew. So, like, all of the stuff that I learned, like the understanding of object-oriented programming, networking, DNS configuration, virtualization, directory services, like the whole tech kit that I'm aware of, I got in very at a pretty good time, but I only just recently started making that kind of money. So I started making it on year 17 of my career when I should have been making it at around year 10. Because I didn't have a bachelor's degree, because everybody's like, oh, you gotta be a computer scientist for this. So we're only going to accept a minimum of a bachelor's degree. I'm like, bitch, I know more than your teachers who teach that shit. Are you sure?
Oh man, I had a class in college in which there was a teacher teaching Photoshop who clearly herself just took like, and I know this because I found out later, she took a Photoshop class the semester before during the summer so that she could teach a Photoshop class, and she was teaching like seriously like layers and shapes and how to do masking and stuff, and I'm just like, are you serious? Like, okay, like it got to the point a few weeks in where I was like, so I was wondering, can I do my work from home and not show up for class? Like, because it's a real inconvenience. Because it was like my only class that day, and I had to drive pretty far out of the way, and I'm sitting in class like falling asleep, even if I have a full night's sleep, because I know how to do Photoshop because of so much art experience.
Right.
And her solution was to give me more difficult tasks than anybody else in the class, so that I would feel engaged in doing something.
So, from an art teacher's perspective, now was it a Photoshop class or was it an art class?
It was a Photoshop class.
Like,
Look how
to
narrow
use
this shit is
Photoshop.
right now. Holy crap.
So there's kind of a reasoning for doing that, and I can see where it would, if you were already an advanced student, like as long as you're still beating the same curriculum and she's not judging you, but if she's offering you extra credit to do the harder stuff,
No, same.
then
My extra credit was the ability to not come in on any day that wasn't a test day. That's what she was giving me for doing the extra work.
That's kind of a fair exchange.
I mean, I hear you, but here's the thing: that teacher was so unorganized that. Hold on, can I just go through this wider one? That'd be nice. Can I just go through this wider one, please?
To be fair with
That-
you,
she
I've
was-
never met a single teacher who is organized. I've worked with teachers I've worked with teachers a long time.
Against my mom's admitted desire, I would say she seems pretty organized. Oh, we're gonna bump, aren't we? We're gonna bump. No, we're good.
With this altar. Oh, I sprinkled stuff on it.
Where's my sticker
Sprinkle the
wide
glitter on
load,
the
guys?
altar.
Is it supposed to be represented by those yellow things on the back? Because I am absolutely a wide load right now. Out of my way! We must get through with this urgent yacht delivery.
Beware the wrath of the
I am
rich man.
absolutely.
Well, where are
head-
you in
head-
Europe? It might be some crazy Russian oligarch. He's got to fill it up with nerve.
No.
toxins, shove it in
Russia.
somebody's
I don't think
hand.
Russia's in the game yet. Yeah, Russia's coming soon.
Well, I'm just, what part
Oh
of
well, I
Europe
mean,
are
I
you
guess
in
they could
now?
leave somewhere. They might have a summer home.
Right.
So, hold on. Let me double check. All right. So, 30. Oh, what? I think my.
You caught my
cruise control-
reference there, right? Global
Which
events.
one?
Putin, I want to say factually, but in truth, it's allegedly stuffed a bunch of Russian one of his dudes stuff a bunch of Russian neurotoxins into his political competitors' underwear.
Into their underwear?
Into their underwear. And, yeah, it worked. And it almost killed the dude. And he got arrested again recently. Putin is doing everything he can to keep his political opponent away from the election ability. Like, everything.
I mean, yeah, he always does. He just pretty much usually has them arrested. All right. So to answer your question, we are
he
going
did.
from
It's the same
Pleven
dude he's
to
been fighting with for
Balcoloco.
the past few years.
I don't know where Balcoloco is. I'm confused. I think Balcoloco, isn't that inland? Isn't that not at a river or ocean?
I don't know. I'm
Well,
bad
let's-
with European locations.
Well, let's take a look. We are going south. Wait, are we going? Wait, where are we going? Wait, we're going from Balcoloco. Wait, what? Hold on. I feel like something has gotten wrongly evaluated here. So we're going to Pleven. I don't see any rivers near Pleven. No, Pleven looks pretty landlocked. I don't know where I'm taking this urgent yacht for yachtness. It might
Can't
be
be that
sitting in.
urgent.
It might be Scrooge McDuck style, like just gonna sit in the back swimming pool for all I know.
I know, right?
Go straight up.
All right.
I've always wanted a boat. I'm never going to be able to get one, though. First of all, I don't even have any place to keep it. I mean, my place it's not bad, but I ain't got space for no boat. Well, I might be able to get a fishing boat, because they're only like $500.
I'm a woman of very simple needs. I pretty much don't need more space than I have right now, but I am hoping to have enough space to make an office, because if I'm going to be doing the
Right.
streaming stuff, I kind of would prefer if there wasn't like a dresser and a bed and stuff, everything that's here behind me. Like,
Right.
I don't know if I need like a green screen. Green screen might be like, I don't know, it might be fine for you to like, if I could set it up so that my shelves and shelves of original, like, whatever it is I got, like, 3rd generation? When is NES? I don't remember. But, like, way back from NES up through Super, up into, like, basically this past generation, I've got at least some game carts for that would all be on shelves behind me or something like that. Would be the preferred background. Oh, Huntermon,
Right.
do you have such and such? Because I see you have all these games. You know, it's a good conversation starter, if nothing else, on stream. The answer is yes, I have many games. I have almost no physical Xbox One games, however. I pretty much went almost purely digital on my Xbox One this generation. On the
So you heard that Sony's taken down the PS3 store?
Yeah, and knowing Sony, that means that I'm literally going to lose money I just spent on buying a bunch of games because I won't be able to play those games anymore. I just don't know how it's going to work out, but Sony is that asshole company that says you no longer own the rights because we stopped supplying it. Whereas stuff like Microsoft, and Apple for that matter, you can always download a product that you've purchased, even if it's no longer on the store to buy, because you own it. As long as it'll work on your device.
Yeah.
Apple's a little bit because, you know, if it falls out of circulation with iOS and is no longer supported, well, then it's not supported by your device. So that's kind of iffy, but Microsoft definitely. You could always download Scott Pilgrim the game while it was no longer able to be purchased because you owned it. And that's true of like a lot of other stuff that's on Microsoft Store. One of the Ninja Turtle games, I don't remember which one, stuff like that. As long as you own the game digitally and your device supports it, you're able to get it. But Sony's like, this demo of PT, Konami told us to make it so nobody can play it anymore, so you cannot download it, and you cannot back it up. Like it got denoted as a game you could not actually back up to an external drive, so you could keep like that kind of shit. That's Sony varieties of money grubbing evil. And I just, you know, that means that will I be able to play God of War 2 HD? Will I be able to play all my Ratchet and Clanks? Or are those going to go away? Because I just started making a digital library on PlayStation 3 when I put my old PlayStation 4 hard drive into it and started buying games digitally. Am I just not going to have access to those games anymore? Because if I can't purchase them, okay, well that sucks. But if I can't play them anymore, I'm not going to get a refund. It's Sony. Like, they're not going to give me a refund.
So there's some people who are fighting it.
I'm big into the video game preservation stuff. I know Gerard the Completionist is doing like a marathon thing soon to gather money for I forget what the name of the organization is, but like
there's a lot of public pressure on Sony right now to not do that, or to merge the stores to where you can buy or you get to keep your shit.
Well, they already did it, so
stuff.
the only place you can unified buy all your games is on the website, because even though you could get to the PlayStation Store from the website and everything is fine, they always made it so like you had to like log in on the PSP or the PSV or the PS3 or the PS4 to begin downloading a game specific to that system. And that's annoying. Whereas Microsoft is just like, oh yeah, you can buy this product. Which system would you like us to start downloading it to that you have on the internet right now that we can see that's on your name, and just press this button and start downloading it, and then it'll be done by the time you get home. And you can just start playing it. Yay! Like that's good shit.
Yeah. So Microsoft has been known to have better customer service than pretty much every other platform out there for a lot of different stuff.
Funnily enough, I would, until they got rid of their phone service, and it's very important that we note that even the same company can have vastly different quality of services depending on how you contact them. While they had phone service, which they no longer do, I would have put EA at the top of that list. I've had some really excellent phone service experiences with Electronic Arts, at least while they had phone service, which they no longer do. I'm getting rumbles. I'm not sure if the back of this trailer is bumping the wall. I think it might be.
Urgent mode might have some scuffs.
I mean, it's the trailer. The boat's fine. I'm sure the boat's fine. Oh, that is a big guy I probably can't pull out in front of. Are you turning? Oh, dear. You are turning. Oh, no, there's another one of you.
Urgent yacht.
Plebes, get out of the way! This is an urgent yacht delivery! Do you not understand the urgency of this yacht? We are listed as 147 kilometers remaining, which is about 100 miles, question mark? Something like that. Urgent yacht delivery. But yeah, as I told on stream the other day, like, I have at least like 3 really good experiences with EA's phone service. Microsoft's about... I mean, I haven't had any bad experiences with Microsoft, but I haven't had many experiences with Microsoft. I did have an issue with Game Pass, which was a little weird. Because of the way I upgraded my service, basically there was some hiccup in the system that made it so even though I knew about when my Game Pass was supposed to end, because I upgraded the service from a previous service that no longer is done by Microsoft, it basically kind of vanished from my purchase history, and so I could not track when it had expired. And that was a problem for a little while that they didn't really fix, but like I let it expire and then I got a regular extension and that was fine. And I will say, when EA, the company, screwed up the freaking... When the Xbox One launched, Battlefield 1 was in a very, very broken state. Or was it 4? Wait, hold on, no. I guess it was Battlefield 4. Sorry, the numbering scheme is screwy with Battlefield games. Okay, the game that was after 3 was actually 4, and the game that was after 4 was 1, and then the game after 1 was 5, if I remember correctly? Right. Okay. So it was the one that launched with the Xbox One, which I'm pretty sure is 4. Okay. It was buggy, sure, but beyond being buggy, for my login, okay, I watched plenty of roommates play the game and had no trouble other than the bugginess, but for my login, I could not play that game for more than like 5-10 minutes without it like just crashing. Just constantly crashing, dropping frames, crashing all over the place. And you know, Battlefield hasn't always been really good about your experience points gain. Like, they usually, at that point in the series, they would save it after the end of the match. And if the game crashes before you get to the end of the match, you get no progress.
Right.
So, I called up Microsoft, and I was like, I know you guys say you don't do refunds, but let me explain the situation. And they were like, alright, so we can do this one-time thing where we give you the refund, and they did. And that's just about my only real tech support with Microsoft issue. So, I don't know.
So, well, it wasn't the tech support, because they were like, yeah, we'll give it to you. But it was the technology itself.
No, I mean, I'm specifically referring to the refund.
Ah.
Like, the refund was the experience that I was referring to, technical support. Like, the game being busted, that wasn't Microsoft either. That was EA. That game was busted on all platforms. It's just, it was especially busted for me. It was one of those situations where I always say, like, I can't recommend to you a Bethesda game, Skyrim or Fallout or anything like that, not because they're bad, but because they have enough bugs, and it's possible that you as a player will hit all of them. So I can't recommend you purchase the game, because I don't want to be that person who recommended a game, and then you played it, and it didn't fucking work, and it broke all over the place, because you just had one of those unlucky situations where you hit all the bugs in a Bethesda game. And I don't want to be recommending that.
I've had that happen, actually.
Yeah, I mean, the PlayStation 3 version of Skyrim was basically unplayable when it launched. Like, after you put in enough hours, I think it was your save file got super bloated, and it couldn't properly render the world anymore. Something like that. But yeah, Bethesda games, they're buggy. And my experience with Bethesda games is that they're buggy. And usually the most I get, besides the occasional, we'll call it kindly, physics hiccup, is stuff like, you just can't turn in this quest for no discernible reason. And that really sucks when you're invested in the story and your character progression and stuff like that, that you can't do that thing. But it doesn't necessarily ruin the whole game, it just ruins your immediate experience.
Right.
But man, it is possible. It is possible to hit just about 100% of existing bugs. I've seen some people have and tell some horror stories of the game, and I just don't want to. I just don't want to recommend a game to you that's going to do that, or that might do that.
I've had plenty of games do that to me, and I usually I'm pretty tech savvy enough. Like, I've hacked my Xbox a couple times. So I've run into issues.
Oh,
with
well,
that
then on that
where
note, Carl, not that I'm asking for
Yeah.
this to come up, but hypothetically, could you help me fix my PlayStation 3 so I can play all my games that I have installed on it if something happens with Sony? I'm just, just hypothetically. Hypothetically.
Yeah, just keep it air gapped so they can't push the update. Just unplug it from your network. Solves the problem right there.
Does it though? Because I think
Now
it
you
will
won't be able to update you won't be able to get any of the content that you may have paid for, but any of the games on the console will still.
No, I'm pretty sure after a certain period of time, the PlayStation 3 will say you haven't been connected to the internet, and therefore we cannot confirm you own this game anymore. I'm pretty sure that happens.
I
did
not
have
had that problem.
On the 29th of February, I don't remember what year it was. On the 29th of February, I couldn't play any games on my PlayStation 3 one year because of the way Sony had their system set up.
I have not had that same experience. I only rarely power up my PlayStation 3. It's never happened to me. I've only spent maybe about $100 on the PS3 store.
Oh, wow. I mean, I haven't spent a lot, but I've definitely spent...
Most of my games for my PS3
Were what?
are physical copies.
I mean, yeah, most of mine are too. I only started buying digital PlayStation 3 games when I put in a hard drive that could... Like I said, I recently upgraded my PlayStation 4 hard drive. So
Right.
when I upgraded my PlayStation 4 hard drive, I took that that smaller but faster, or smaller PlayStation 4 hard drive, which was bigger than the PlayStation 3 hard drive I had,
Turn left.
and also faster. I put that in my PlayStation 3, and then I was like, alright, now I'm going to start paying attention to PlayStation 3 sales. Part of it was also doing the streaming stuff, me going, okay, if people want to see me play this on stream, and I would prefer to play it, in HD for them, there is an HD port of it, let me
Right.
see if I can find it, on the cheap. And sometime a year or two ago, Sony made it so that you can't even get PlayStation Store coupons from anyone but them. And so that was inconvenient, but still I managed to find some okay deals from
That
time to
kind of
time.
defeat the point of the coupon.
No, it basically means that all the deals you have
Percentages are there
on
for-
all the deals you have on PlayStation Store digitally are Sony now. Whereas all the digital deals you can have on Microsoft stuff is, generally like or Steam or wherever, is you can have it by the company, you can have it by the Humble Bundle, you can have it by things go on sale over on GOG or something like that. You can find these codes elsewhere, but now when you're doing it on Sony, only Sony will ever be the one to give you a Sony store discount, basically.
Right.
We've got 23 kilometers left in this urgent yacht delivery. Somehow I've gotten myself into red sleep right now. I don't believe that was in the original forecast. Okay. I saw a speed limit sign, but not how much it was for, so I freaked out for a second and really slammed on the brakes because I thought I saw a cop car coming at me.
Right.
And the game does a lot of that it feels like you're getting into a speed transition that's going to be an iffy thing, so the game spawns a cop car somewhere ahead of you time-wise. I don't know that that's definitely happening, but it feels like it's happening.
Fair enough. So there's a lot of games that have AIs that are just willing to cheat and they're too smart. So it's been a lot of racing games. One of which, if you were too far ahead of the clock, it would hit you with a car. Didn't matter where you were. Didn't matter if you were in the at all.
Well, that
had no bearing on what was happening in the game or why.
The racing game thing that I hate the most is catch-up. You know catch-up?
I believe this is the same mechanic.
Well, okay, that is a variety of catch-up, but my least favorite version of catch-up... Hello, David! My least favorite version of catch-up is most noticeable in the San Francisco Rush games, and what would happen was if you get way out in front, the game seamlessly begins to slow you down a little bit, and seamlessly begins to make at least the most immediate car, and sometimes more cars behind you, increase in speed. And this was theoretically to make racing more engaging by keeping it interesting, but I personally find it much more interesting to be able to do well trouncing people or recover based upon my skill level, and not
to be able to win by your own means.
Yeah,
and not have a computer forcibly smack you down. False glass stealer. There's no need.
Especially because I'm so good, it means that basically what I'm really often complaining about is giving the computer unfair advantages to catch me. To be perfectly honest, that's a lot of what's happening. But some of what's happening is, if I get really bad, I really have a bad wreck and I fall behind, I don't want to be thinking to myself, oh, I'm coming up on first place now. I don't want to think, oh, wait, am I coming up on first place because the game's letting me? Or did I actually recover? I want to know how I was doing.
I get that. I hate that mechanic, too.
Yeah, I think you can... I don't think it's on... I don't remember if it's on by default, but I know you can have it off in the Forza Horizon games. And I'm like, yep, off. Off. Okay. I got a turn coming up. How you doing tonight, David? My viewership count did not change with you talking, but this viewership count is wrong, as previously established multiple times, multiple ways. I'm trying to go for the Mini-Maxer achievement, which is super freaking... I don't know if it's difficult. It's time-consuming. We're about to see how this math equates out by this urgent yacht delivery that we are doing.
Turn left.
Urgent yacht. That sounds like that sounds just random enough to be real world.
Oh yeah, no, it feels like a totally real thing, this urgent yacht delivery, I'm not gonna lie. Your route guidance is now finished. Alright, where do you need it? Let's go for the bonus points. Huh. That's a place to need it. Speaking of Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game, music is playing. Where am I? Where am I delivering this yacht to right now? Balcaloca. Oh, I see. Wow, I can see why this would be an urgent yacht delivery then. I have delivered this to what I believe is a train transfer location. So I believe this yacht is actually
yacht delivery for another urgent yacht delivery.
Yeah. I don't have like a train world sim in my inventory just yet, so I'm not doing any train deliveries yet. I'm definitely looking at more sim games because I'm finding these so entertaining. That did not turn like I expected.
I have a couple of sim games that I was very fond of from way. I played a lot of Sim Earth and Sim City 2000.
Oh man, I wish there was a new version of Sim Earth because you could really do that a lot better now.
Yeah.
I've owned every version of SimCity except for SimCity Societies, I think.
They're good games. They really are.
Hey, you're going to count that? We'll count it. That was not a straight thing, but it was like, yeah, I'll count it. Alright. We're going to have to do this math.
Enough.
Okay. This is... Oh, we got a level. We can vote on a level. Okay. So this says, just off the raw numbers, what do we got here? We have distance driven 515 kilometers, and we have gotten 1,092 experience points. So if you double 515, you would get 1030, which means we got more than 2 experience points per kilometer. So that's progress. I'm going to leave it on the screen, but for everybody who is watching later on YouTube, I'm going to thank you for watching. This has been Euro Truck Simulator 2, presented by Improvision Entertainment. My name is Thunderman.
I've been Warboss Skarsog.
And we will see you in the future.